Alright, so this is the fourth and final episode of our fat loss series, and we'll be looking at 4 muscle groups. So we'll be looking at the abdominis rectus, which is the most prominent that you'll find on the abdominals. So we have the upper portion, that's usually the most pronounced, and then we have the lower portion as well. Okay, so on the upper rectus abdominis, you get what you call the 6-pack or 4-pack, 10-pack on some people. It's the most prominent, and because you get the protruding bellies of the muscle, which is what gives you that definition. All right, so then we have the transverse abdominis, which is that corset type muscle going across the section of the abdominal walls, and that's usually the most forgotten part of the abdominal, because people don't tend to train this, and what you get is a weakness in the fascia tissue, which is around hernia. That's what you usually get when you lack strength in the transverse abdominis. Okay, and then we'll be looking at the obliques, mostly the internal obliques, focusing on the internal muscles to strengthen the core. Throughout all the exercises we're going to perform, we want to maintain stability in the core, right? So we're going to do a deep exhale, right? Okay, so I'll relax my stomach now so you can see. It's basically, this is what it looks like at the moment. If I really push it out, this is what most people get. And what you end up having is the tilt in the pelvis area. You have a tilt in the hips and inward rotation, right? We want to avoid that. We want to contract the muscle fully first by exhaling and squeezing on the abs, and that's how we're going to perform most of them. We're going to go for full contraction first and then perform each repetition. All right, so we'll be running you through the 6 exercises we have listed for you, and we'll just be taking you through so you can actually see how the movements are performed, and Ambrose is going to correct my form as and when we require it. All right, and then we'll run through the full workout session after we've demonstrated. All right, we have flutter kicks, leg raises, sit-in twists, reverse crunches, leg circles, and windshield wipers. So we have the vacuum, which we'll be performing in conjunction to these exercises to strengthen the transverse abdominis, which is the muscle group we're focusing on today, right?
So as Tevez does it, you want your core as tight as you can keep it. Your hands will be underneath your bum. Don't use it for leverage, so just use it for balance. Keep your core tight. You're bringing your legs as low to the ground as you can bring them. And you should really feel your abs working. If you don't feel your abs working, then you have to slow the movement down. Focus on your breathing and focus on using your abs to make the movement work. Okay.
So we have leg raises.
Again, core tight, but the difference here is as soon as your legs come up, you want to kind of tilt your pelvis. So to demonstrate that, that's simply a movement where you're tucking it in and you're keeping your glutes tight. And from that position, you want to be making the movement. So you'll be breathing through each movement. You're bringing your legs as low to the ground as you can bring them and bring it up again.
And if you can, exhale at the bottom so you can actually fully contract the abdominal muscles, like this. So we're focusing on quality, not necessarily the number of reps you can perform.
Yeah, because if you're a beginner, we're doing 20 for this workout, but I mean, if you're a beginner and you could only do 10, even if you could only do 6, but as long as you do 6 properly, it makes the world of difference.
So the vacuum is a specific exercise which we perform to strengthen the internal abdominis. All right, and I'll show you. So what we're basically doing is trying to bring the navel, the belly button area, or the navel, in, and imagine as if you're trying to get it to touch the spine, right? And you'll feel some some pressure around the rectum area, right? That's normal. Okay, so I'm going to show you how it's performed from the side and as well from the front. Okay, so we have here, we're going to exhale all that we have in our lungs.
Now I'll add to this, as Tevez is actually doing the movement, the temptation here for a lot of people is for your posture to go wrong. So your shoulders all round, you may even arch your back a little bit. You want to keep as straight as possible. For beginners, it's actually probably best if you do this against the wall, because it keeps you straight, whether you like it or not. But for people that have been doing this for a while or that are familiar with this exercise, then just do it standing.
Okay, and we're gonna hold them for basically 15 seconds. But like Ambrose said as well, the posture while performing this exercise is very important. So you can, like Ambrose said, stand against a wall if you're a complete beginner, just so you can get used to the movement. Okay, I'll show you from the front now. So relaxed, then we're gonna exhale.
The next exercise Tevez will be doing will be sitting twists. For beginners, if you could just put your heels flat, you'll just be using that for balance. You're not necessarily pushing down through your heels, you're just using it there to keep your body upright. For guys that are more familiar with this exercise, you'll be having your legs in the air.
Not me.
Not me either, if I'm honest. But yeah, you're leaning back as far as you can, as close to the ground. You're not using momentum, that's the key thing here. You're using your obliques. You're keeping your abdominals tight throughout the movement. And you're breathing as much as you can.
It's gonna kill me.
Next, we have the reverse crunch.
Where do the hands go again? Off to the side? Side one. Okay. So it's this one, right?
Yeah. So from
There
here.
we go.
Yeah. And again. Now here what you can notice is Tevez isn't actually putting his legs all the way down to the ground. He's just bringing it down about halfway. So as you come down, you're still going to feel the tension within your lower abs, and then you're going to explode back up. Now for beginners, the variation to this exercise is to actually bring your legs all the way down so you get more of a break and then explode back up. But for people that are more familiar with this exercise or that actually have the lower ab strength, you just keep pushing through. And then where the pain comes now is we're doing 20 reps, but after 20 reps, you're gonna pause at the top.
Okay, and this one is working, this exercise we're performing is working on the lower part of the erectus abdominis. Around this portion here, that big portion. Okay.
All the way around.
So from here.
So 4 leg circles.
Oh, not too low, right?
Yeah. Now bring it down a bit more. Now start rotating. So you're going to make a full circle using your abdominal muscles. He's moving his legs, but he's simply moving his legs to make the full circle, and this is working every single part of your abs, and it's about maintaining tension throughout the movement.
That is hard.
Yeah. There's 2 variations to windshield wipers. Either,
Okay.
Either you do it with straight legs or you do it with your knees bent.
Straight legs,
Knees bent. Yeah. With both of them, you're gonna tense your core as much as you can. You're gonna have your arms to the side, and then you're gonna rotate either side as far as you can go. And while controlling, without letting your legs actually drop, you're gonna rotate to the other side. Now to do this properly, as you can see, Tevez is doing this slowly. You don't wanna rush through, because the easy thing to do is as soon as your legs get to one side, you can almost use momentum to bounce it back up, and you can push through your arms to bounce it back up, but we're not doing that.
Can we show both?
So we're going to be doing 20 reps of each exercise with a vacuum after each exercise. Now we're going to be doing this for 4 sets.
Something like that.
Yeah. Before we get started, me and Tevez will be doing this without stopping if we can. But for beginners, as soon as you've done one exercise and you've done the vacuum, take up to a 20-second break before jumping onto the next exercise.
Okay, one thing that's important to note as well is that you want to perform your warm-up exercises first. So you can perform some high knees, some jogging on the spot as well would be good for warming up. So jogging on the spot, some high knees, some skipping if you can, some mountain climbers, those kind of things at high intensity just to get the heart rate going. And you want to do that a quick few minutes, maybe 2 minutes performing, and then you get into your workout once the heart rate is up to a decent level. Okay, so flutter kicks. Flutter kicks.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Get
Straight into the vacuum.
So I'll do my vacuums kneeling.
Okay, I'll do mine standing.
That way.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight into leg raises. Let's go.
How much is that over?
16.
I thought we were done.
17. Straight into the vacuum again.
Goodness me.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, straight into sit and twist.
Oh, bother. Hit this one, yeah.
I'll be keeping my heels flat. Well,
Keep mine flat too.
yeah. Let's go for 20. Let's go. 1.
I'll keep mine up actually. Oh shit. That's embarrassing.
You see,
Seriously?
respect your body when the fatigue kicks in. There's no shame in keeping your heels flat.
Oh god. I had it going, you know. Okay. I'll let you do this one.
Into the vacuum. Come on now, no quitting now, no quitting. We got this. We got this.
Seriously?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Next we have
reverse crunch.
Yeah, reverse crunch. Boy, this is gonna be painful. Alright, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight into the vacuum.
Goodness me.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Into leg circles. Let's go.
Jeez, that's it for me. Oh God.
Oh, bloody hell. Ah, that made me stop as well.
Okay, that's how we should be feeling.
Yeah,
Remember-
seeing as we both hit failure,
It's all about quality,
we'll go into
not
vacuum.
necessarily quantity. Alright? So you're going for as many as you can, but you want to be squeezing the core every time. Okay? Vacuum again.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is that the last one now?
Windshield wipers. Right.
I thought it was a brilliant idea, but
Yeah, you and your brilliant ideas. Let's go.
if me fail, that's it for you, you know.
Why are you making me laugh, man?
Okay. Last one. Okay. Oh,
Ah, boy. Right.
vacuum.
Yeah.
Vacuum again.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that was serious, man.
Alright, how do you feel, bros?
Yeah. Fatigued. Truly fatigued, but you know it's working. With abs, you go non-stop until you hit failure. Failure is key. You get stronger each week, the more you do it.
Alright, so that was a good session. And what we're looking for is to get to a point where we're able to do it for 2, 3, 4 rounds. Right, so we perform each exercise 4 times over or 3 times over, depending. So over time, you'll be able to develop that kind of core strength, right? It's all about the core, stability, posture, etc. We're gonna work on developing that. And then, so if you're able to achieve that, more than 1 round, you can take your breaks as you like. So you can probably have 30 seconds to a minute per exercise, depending on your level. And then if you're able to do multiple rounds, then you can take a break, say at the end of a particular round. Say maybe take a 2-3 minute break between each round. Get your body some time to recover. And remember to hydrate yourself as well, very important. And get yourself on your way to a better body. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, because this is the HIIT program, really you need to push yourself as much as you can. Almost treat it like cardio while concentrating on form. So do the exercise properly, but push yourself, find your limits, find what your failure is, whether that's 1 exercise, whether that's all the exercises, whether that's 3 exercises. You saw me and Tevez started to fail around exercise 4. Find what your level is and then aim for that each time. You're gonna find yourself sweating if you do 4 rounds of this non-stop and you only take a break to drink water. As you get stronger, add more exercises, maybe add some weight, a medicine ball, a dumbbell. You'll be surprised.
All right, and so we have to note again, this is just in addition to all the other things we've taught you, which is around good nutrition habits, good workout habits. So you want to add some strength training as well in between. If you can get some weights to actually do, you can look at our kettlebell training that we did in last week's episode, so episode 3. You can have a look at that as well and just try to do as much as you can, burn the calories, get the abs popping. And remember, it's not just about the ones you can see, right? It's not just about the erectus, abdominis. It's also about the transverse and the inner abdominals that you want to get out as well, because those are going to help you with your posture over time. This is the final episode of the fat loss series, and we'll be starting a new series which is going to be around mass gain. So this is for now people who want to gain mass and build their bodies up. Okay, so another thing I wanted to mention as well, I'm currently 3 months in from a hernia surgery. So performing abdominal exercises with hernia surgery shouldn't be that bad, right? So I haven't been able to work on them as much as I would like to, but it shouldn't affect the quality of reps you're able to perform, because that's the most important thing. It's about quality. Okay, so that's it.